Welcome to the Vegas Benchwarmer channel. As always, my name is He Hate Me 702. The man to the right, the man of the hour is
Jeremy with a G.
And down below we got
Mo.
There we go. We're gonna be doing our predictions of the AFC East. So we'll start it off. Jeremy, what do you think of the AFC East as a whole so far? What do you think about it coming into the season?
The Jets should be good, but I don't know. They need another wide receiver now. Corey Davis is retiring. Yeah, but they got fucking two known receivers, two unknown receivers, and that's it.
Doug, what are you talking about? They got Allen Lazard, Randall Cobb, and Garrett Wilson.
Right. And who else? I mean, I don't know. Dolphins, Tua's going to end up with another concussion. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think the Bills take a step back. And Patriots going to end up dead last.
Mo, what are your thoughts, buddy?
It's definitely very interesting. I know with the three teams at the top, I think we all probably agree the Patriots are probably still going to be struggling a little bit, and will end up probably on the bottom. Maybe pick up a couple games from last year, with some new additions, and Belichick probably maybe got still a trick up his sleeve, or wait, he don't have sleeves, so he hiding that shit somewhere. Anyways, yeah, I think the definitely key is going to be Tua's health. They're dynamic at the wide receiver spots for sure. They're going to be in the mix as well with the zone running game. It's always producing some yardage and also keeping the defense honest. So that'll open it up for them on that end. So their defense don't have to come through. Bills, can they get over the hump? Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be another year where they just gonna fall a little bit short, or things along the way are just gonna start to unravel. I don't believe they had any major additions. I think the offseason was fairly quiet on their end.
There's a rumor going back and forth whether Stephon Diggs wants to be there or not.
Which we will definitely get into that when we talk about the Bills.
Yeah. We got like a foot out the door, He wants to join it. If he wants to join his brother, come holla. But yeah. I think damn, what am I forgetting? Jets. Yes. Jets is who I'm most intrigued by for sure. I think, Aaron Rodgers always seems to kind of make it work with whoever receivers he's got out there, especially if he can get a running game going. I think their defense is definitely gonna make it to where they have a chance in every ball game. So I think the Jets will probably be second, first, and then Miami probably exchange them to Buffalo could be like 2-3, and then Patriots probably 4.
No, I mean I can't really. I mean, I'm gonna go. I don't know. When we talk about the Jets, I'll go more into my thoughts on them. I'm kind of confused on the Jets. I don't know how good they're going to be. When there's too much hype around the Jets, everybody buys into it. We always see quarterbacks that leave teams that don't normally do well. We saw Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, but you can go back to players that have been on teams forever, and they get on that other team and they don't look as good. Like Brett Favre in the beginning of the Jets looked good, but towards the end he didn't. Granted, he got injured that 1 year with Minnesota, but the last year, Matt Ryan with the Colts, nobody will ever fucking forget. So I'm not 100% positive on what happens with the Jets. The Bills, I do agree, will take a step back. I think they've continually took a step back since they were in the AFC Championship. AFC Championship, second round. They barely got out of the first round last year. We know Josh Allen at some point in time is going to get nicked up because he runs way too much, and they didn't address their running back issue, which is a big weakness for them. And I really don't like their receiving core. I don't think Gabe Davis is that good. Stephon Diggs, like you guys said, is 1 foot out the door. Like Gabe Davis had his breakout season or whatever 2 years ago, but then last year he really didn't do that good, or the year before. So I'm not 100% positive on that, and they don't have any big additions, and Von Miller's older. The Patriots, I hope they fucking suck. I really do hope they suck. But the problem is, I don't know. That Belichick might be on the hot seat, and if he's on the hot seat, he might be coaching for his life. So,
well, I mean, Do they still have a defensive coordinator as their offensive?
No, they have somebody even worse. The dude that traded DeAndre Hopkins for fucking David Johnson, Bill O'Brien. Yeah, so we don't know because when the last time we saw him call plays, fucking the Texans were what, 4-12? So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with him. And then the Dolphins, it's all up to Tua's health. I don't think they have the same start they had last year because I think they took everybody by surprise. I don't think they take anybody by surprise. I don't think they thought anybody Tua was that good. So I'm not. This division is very, very confusing to me. I'm not sure how it will go. I'm gonna make my predictions, but they'll probably be fucking wrong. Let's go ahead and start with the Patriots. So let's break down the Patriots a little better. They traded out receivers, Jacoby Myers for Juju Smith-Schuster. They paid some more fucking people. They bring in Zeke Elliott, okay, and they got rid of the defensive coordinator and put an offensive coordinator in, and Bill O'Brien, and Bill Belichick may be on the hot seat. Jeremy, what do you think? Start it off, buddy. What do you think? What do you think about the Patriots overall? How do you think
I really didn't pay too much attention to what they did this offseason.
They didn't do shit. They added Juju, lost Jacoby. They got Zeke. They got a couple other people. They got some good drafts.
Yeah, but Zeke is nullified in New England.
Yeah.
They don't use running backs like running backs. It's a running back by committee.
Yep.
So I don't know.
And honestly,
maybe they turned the corner with Bill O'Brien, but
do you believe in Mac Jones?
No. Okay. No, I don't like the Patriots.
I know that.
2001.
Tuck rule. I know it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Bill's definitely on the hot seat. Mm-hmm. He had his worst statistical year offensively last season. I don't think it gets much better this year. And I think his defense takes a turn for the worse. Even being a defensive guru. I think he's outlived the game.
Or
it's time to go into broadcasting or fucking golfing or whatever.
Bill Belichick and broadcasting.
Imagine hearing that monotone broadcasting.
The motherfucker doesn't even like talking to the media.
I mean, I may take that over Romo. The Romo's irritating as fuck.
I would take him over Chris Collinsworth, but not Romo.
I would take a fucking dog that can't speak English over fucking Chris Collinsworth.
Mo, what are your thoughts on the Patriots, buddy?
I think Belichick might not be on the hot seat only for the reason that he's got probably more tapes of Robert Kraft going to the rub and tugs and something. He's got something on him.
He was there with him at the rub and tugs, just didn't get caught. They only got Robert on video, not Bill.
Yeah. I mean, they're supposed to have a strong defense still. I know thoughts is gonna some one of these days the wheels gotta fall off the wagon there, but I think he'll just be able to muster maybe like an average season at least. I don't know if that'll be enough to get him fired, but I don't think it'll be enough either to make the playoffs. So I think they'll just kind of be in that no man's land at the end of the day. I feel like
maybe if he has a losing season, he's gonna either retire or they're gonna move on.
I think he probably retires.
Mutually agree to part ways.
I think they'll let something like that, or they'll let him walk.
The Patriots are mind-boggling to me because all of their history is gone. Like, I know we can't go, oh, well, Bill Belichick, he knows what to do, because since he hasn't had Brady, he hasn't done shit. And before he had Brady, he didn't do shit.
And we took all his other players.
Yeah. I don't know how he's not on the hot seat after putting a defensive coordinator as an offensive coordinator with a rookie, with a second-year quarterback. I don't know how not trading, but in my opinion, it's a downgrade. Letting Jacoby Myers go to the Raiders and bringing in Juju Smith-Schuster for the same fucking contract. Like, I understand he pissed y'all off because of what happened with the Raiders game, But that makes no sense. You trade a young receiver, basically, for a fucking older receiver. That, by the way, you don't have Patrick Mahomes, bitch. Did anybody remember what Juju Smith-Schuster looked like with Ben Roethlisberger the last 3 years, or fucking Mason Rudolph? No, nobody remembers that because they forgot about it when he went to KC. So
they need somebody to sell holding calls.
there's no they're always confusing on the when they do free agents because they don't know how to do it because they've had no experience doing it without Brady. I'm not sure. I don't believe in Mac Jones. There are two things that make me know Mac Jones is not a quarterback. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, but for him to only throw 3 passes in a game means you don't trust him. And secondly, last year, the fact that Bailey Zappi was literally put in multiple times instead of keeping Mac Jones, he's not good. Y'all don't even trust his ass. You haven't helped him. You got a horrible offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien. I would not want that motherfucker anywhere near me. I don't give a fuck if he was an offensive coordinator for Bama. I give 2 fucks. I would not want. Did anybody see what he did to the Texans? I would not want him anywhere near me. He's like fucking Josh McDaniels. Don't let him near a team. He ruins fucking teams. So I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen with him. All I know is that they're probably gonna miss the playoffs. Belichick, they're not gonna fire him because you can't fire Belichick. They're going to mutually agree to part ways. Belichick will probably be out like a year like Sean Payton and then come back and maybe do another team depending on how he likes it. But overall, I think the Patriots are going to have a very similar year to last year. They will win some games. They're going to lose a lot of games. But in the thick of things, nobody's going to give a fuck. Next up, we'll go with the Dolphins. What are you guys thinking about the Dolphins? Mo, go ahead and start us off.
You know, like I was mentioning earlier, they'll definitely, I think, still have a dynamic offense or dynamic enough to keep them in games and in contention for the division. It'll just be definitely up to health and consistency, you know, from Tua. And if they can get that run game going, like I mentioned, you know, he's trying to install that zone blocking, you know, off that Shanahan tree, and seems to, you know, bear fruits most often than not. So I think McDaniel can make that happen. So it'll be definitely up to the defense to do their job and shut things down on their end.
What do you think about their defense? Do you think their defense is good? Because, you know, Jalen Ramsey's out to like week 8.
That's going to be tough to overcome for sure. You can't just replace a player like that. You know, they still got what, Xavier Howard on the other side, right?
Yeah, he's still got a good defense.
It's definitely going to be, I think, you know, that Rush is going to have to help them out, that back end, so they can make some plays, hopefully, you know, turn the ball over.
Jeremy, what are your thoughts on the Dolphins?
One, Tua has to stay healthy. Their backup is what? Mike White and Skylar Thompson. And I think Mike White has a concussion.
Don't count out Mike White.
But he's got a concussion. We know how those go.
That's true.
So, I mean, then after that, you got Skylar Thompson. So, if Tua don't stay healthy, then it's game over. But, I mean, with Tyreek, you know, you got, what's his name now?
Jalen Waddle?
Chosen Anderson?
Who's that?
Robbie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Robbie Anderson. Yeah.
He changed his name to Chosen. But, I mean, if they can get Taylor, I think that helps them.
Definitely.
I think it helps them with Tua's concussion history. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. But the main thing is Tua's got to just stay healthy. He needs a line that can protect.
Okay. So, overall, if Tua stays healthy, they win this division. They were one of the top teams in the league until Tua went down. Teams are not. I know that I said I'm not 100% sure if it was just because Mike McDaniel's is a new coach, they didn't understand. There was a lot of new stuff that teams were ready for. Now that they got some film on them, will they slow some of that down? But you can't slow down Waddle and fucking Hill. We already know that. You don't have, most teams do not have cornerbacks to keep up with them. As far as the Jonathan Taylor thing, I would not love to see them get him. Let me stop lying. That might be a great place for them to be, but they could have had Dalvin Cook. Like, rumor was Dalvin Cook was waiting on Miami because he's home from.
Dalvin Cook was always going to the Jets. That's
Well, no. So when he left, like he
it was rumored before he was let go that he wanted to go.
I know that, but I think the reason why it took him so long is because he's from Miami. He wanted to play in Miami. So I there was not even I didn't hear any news about them. So I do not think the Dolphins are going to trade a first-round pick to get Jonathan Taylor. And if they drop it,
none of the 31 teams are.
Well, that's what I'm going to say. And if they drop it to a second-round pick, now you have too many other teams that are going to be involved in this. And so I think it would help them. Overall, if Tua's, like you guys said, it depends on Tua's health. If that man gets, and I don't want to hear this shit about he's learning how to fall. Because I've heard this shit. If y'all don't know, Google Tua learns how to fall. Because he took classes on how to get tackled to save himself.
Well, he took jiu-jitsu classes.
No, but he also took, so learn how to rap. But to learn how to roll. But the way they're framing it in the media is he took classes to learn how to protect himself when he gets hit. And even somebody said that's fine and dandy until you're in a real fucking game. There's no way to protect yourself from fucking concussions if you have concussion problems. Sooner or later, your head's going to fucking hit the ground. Outside of that, if the man can stay healthy, they are going to be trouble. They have the talent on offense and defense to keep up with almost any team in the league. And with the Patriots sucking, we'll talk about the Bills in a little bit in the Jets. I definitely think if Tua stays healthy, they win this division by 2 or 3 games. Next, we're going to go to the Bills. Jeremy, you want to pay my bills, buddy? And go ahead and start?
No, I'm looking for someone to pay my motherfucking bills. I don't know. I think Josh Allen takes a step back. I think the Madden curse is back on. Stephon Diggs, nobody knows what's going on. There's rumors going both ways. He wants to be there. He doesn't want to be there. He wants to be traded. He don't want to be traded. He wants to retire the bill. I don't know. I mean, they picked up Leonard Floyd. Who else they pick up? Oh, they brought in Kyle Allen.
And Von Miller is supposed to be healthy too.
Supposedly. But he's also 63 years old, so.
Exactly.
I don't know. This is another interesting one. I think they take a step back. I think they still make the playoffs, but I don't think I think they're out in the first round.
Yeah. Mo, what are your thoughts?
I think it's along the same lines. I think it's probably going to be real Diggs dependent. I don't know if, like you mentioned, the consistency is going to be there from Gabe Davis. I guess if Dawson Knox is still around, he might help out here and there, and Josh Allen will probably have to do Josh Allen things to keep him in games and in contention. But I think other teams for me show a little more upside this time around. Bills window might be closing. Defense, Floyd pickup and Miller, at least giving you 70% of what he could be, maybe as good as some average players around the league. So I don't know if they'll be as dynamic as years past. So that will also probably be a emphasis to key in on in the beginning to see how they progress through the season. But I think, borderline playoff team or early exit. I don't think a deep run is in the midst for them.
I agree with mostly everything you guys said, except for the thing I don't agree with is they're going to be a borderline playoff team. I think this is going to be a year where they're not very good. I agree with the Madden curse. We know what happens with the Madden curse. The only people that don't get affected by the Madden curse are fucking goats. So like Brady, Mahomes, those are the two that really did not get affected by it. But if you look back, they're like, it's broken. Look what fuck happened to Antonio Brown when Antonio Brown was on it. So I think the Madden curse comes back. I think I definitely think that them not focusing on their running game is hurting them, because Josh Allen needs, in my opinion, needs to do less to do more. He needs to stop running, stop trying to truck people, run over them, because he's going to get those banged up injuries, and we know Allen's going to get those injuries. I also think that since Daboll left, Allen is reverting back to the Allen he was before. We're just seeing it very slowly. I do remember like Allen's second season or whatever, me and a buddy of mine were like, hey, if this dude ever gets accuracy, he's going to be a fucking beast. And then he got Stephon Diggs and it was crazy. But now, I don't know if that was the Brian Daboll effect. I don't know what happened, but it seemed like last year he played a lot worse offensively. So I ultimately think this is going to be a down year for them. And because they didn't do anything, they stood pat mostly. I think this is going to force them to reevaluate their situation next offseason, and they'll start doing stuff. As far as the window closing on the Bills, I think their window is closed on this iteration of the Bills. I think they had a great shot, but once they lost to the Bengals, I think their window right now with the Jets, possibly the Dolphins, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Chiefs, those are 5 teams right now that might be fucking better than the Bills. So I think this is a down year for them, and it focuses them on the offseason to readjust. And last one in the AFC East, Jets, Jets, Jets. Mo, start us off. Where are we flying to on these Jets?
I think they're going to be flying, you know. He's got the ayahuasca, bode well, clear minds. He's going to start slinging it like the Aaron of old. Nothing, might not have to get, too crazy down the field. He can always work those intermediate routes, take what the defense gives him. I think the running game in New York, if they can keep it like they did last year, should help them out, have a well-rounded offense there. So I think it looks pretty exciting there. I know we want to be hesitant to buy into all the hype, but I think he's going to have a good year. I have a feeling. The defense, Sauce, shutdown corner, number 1 possibly in the league. I think they pretty much have everybody coming back. They'll probably be top 5, top 10, somewhere in there. So I think they should be probably in contention, or like I said, second, third team in the division. It'll be interesting. Conference, I don't know if I'll go that far just yet. I'll have to kind of see how it plays out, but I think it's I would lean on the side of optimistic for them.
Jeremy,
does that shutdown corner include all the holds?
Yes.
If it gets caught for all the holding,
if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
It's only a flag if they throw it.
Look, I don't know what to expect from them. I don't have high hopes on Aaron Rodgers unless he's smoking dope or some kind of steroids, something. It's a completely different team than last year. That offensive line was atrocious last year, and I don't think they did too much to address it. Like, I hear the rumors Mekhi Becton is getting better, but I don't think he's that much better. Aaron Rodgers is asking for his buddy over in Green Bay. So, I don't know. It'd be interesting. Yeah, they got Allen Lazard, Dalvin Cook, Randall Cobb, but Randall Cobb's old. He's 32, 33 years old now. They have Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook. That's a good running back tandem. Garrett Wilson. On paper, they should be a really good team. No, you don't got to put me up there like that. On paper, it's a really good team, but I don't know. I don't know what you're going to get. Aaron Rodgers isn't playing the Bears where he owns them.
True. Fucking around with the camera. I think I'm gonna start doing that when we talk, so that way they can see you guys. Put you guys up.
I'm good if they don't see me.
I'm good. All right. So, look, I need a close up from Mr. DeVille. I need a close up, Mr. DeVille. Look, listen. I'm gonna tell y'all motherfuckers right now, okay? do not expect the Jets to be good. I so hoped Aaron Rodgers went to the Raiders, so it'd be a clusterfuck. Okay, so let's start with why my opinion is they're not going to be good. First of all, their schedule. The first 6 weeks are fucking ridiculous. So if they get lucky and come out 3-3 in the first 6 weeks, okay, cool. 2-4, okay, cool, whatever. But what happens when all that pressure comes? When all the New York media comes? We're not in Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers. You can't tell people to motherfucking relax. And they're going to relax. No. So, new offensive system. Granted, it's Nathaniel Hackett. And, it's Nathaniel Hackett. They had time before. Did we see what Nathaniel Hackett did last year? So, was Nathaniel Hackett only good under LaFleur? Or was that just a bad year because he shouldn't be a head coach and he's offensive coordinator? I don't know. The motherfucker has no clock management. So, I don't know. New city, new division. He's not playing the piece of shit NFC South. The NFC South as a whole, or North as a whole, has been horrible since we graduated high school. Like, if you think about it, it's only been Green Bay. Yes, the Bears have had 1 or 2 years. The Vikings have had a couple years. And the Lions have had none. So you're in a much harder division where you almost automatically don't have 6 wins or 5 wins. If you split with all of those teams, you might be in trouble. And last but not least, he's not Tom Brady. Last year we said, he's playing. There were multiple times that I thought he was playing worse. And we said, because he had a broken finger or a broken thumb, or we gave him excuses. Because Christian Watson wasn't there. Okay, I get all that. But no, it could just be that he is old. Everybody's not Tom Brady. Does anybody remember what Peyton Manning looked like? Like, he was benched for fucking Brock Osweiler. And then they put them back in. Like, not everybody can play as well as, and I definitely think this is a year that Aaron Rodgers goes downhill. We saw it with Russell Wilson last year. We literally saw it. We saw a guy that was good at one point in time fucking do horrible. So, and Nathaniel Hackett is in both places. So I don't expect them to be good. Anytime somebody says you can just plug in a quarterback and it gets better, I don't think that happens. So in this division, I think they actually finish like third and they may not make the playoffs. I think it's going to be between them and Buffalo, but they will be a borderline playoff team. Who's going to make the playoffs? So overall, if we're going to pick the division overall, if we're going to rank them, let's go ahead and rank them right now. Jeremy, how do you have them finishing? First to fourth?
If Tua stays healthy, I'm going Dolphins, Bills, Jets, Patriots.
Mo?
I think I'm going to go Jets. Then we're going to go Dolphins, Bills, Patriots.
Look, I'm going to go Dolphins, Jets, Bills, Patriots.